What's good, my G? It's your girl, ThugDrinaBeatz under God. And if you read the title, you kind of know the background of what I'm about to speak about in this video. And I'm going to be looking down because I do have some notes jotted down just so I don't have to speak straight off the top of my head, and I was able to get all of my thoughts down on paper so this video isn't like extremely long. But I just wanted to bring attention to how I felt on this situation. I watched the Dave Chappelle special 846, and I felt like, wow, like he said a lot, and I appreciated him speaking up, and he's one of my favorite comedians and all that good stuff. And then I read on Twitter, someone said, you know, he didn't mention any black women's names or anything that's happened to black women. And I'm just like, first, my initial reaction was just like, dang, well, what do y'all want from this man? Like, he can do no right in your eyes. And so after this situation, and just processing what has happened so very close to home, it did hit me that like there isn't enough attention on the suffering that black women endure in all aspects of life, from family, friends, and work, and race, and sex, and everything that we just have to battle. And yet we are depicted as just this strong, almost kind of animalistic or robotic or not, just inhumane thing that is indestructible. And we can endure all things. And no, we fight. We fight for black people, we fight for ourselves, and we're just not recognized. And it's very disheartening. So that's just my little segue into this. I don't want to mess up her name, so I am going to call her Toyin, which is part of her whole name. So just to give you a backdrop of who she was a 19-year-old FAMU student. She seemed very spiritual. She was very outspoken. She was a Black Lives Matter advocate. She went out and protested. She was very vocal about just the things that she's gone through. She was estranged from family, from what I've read, because of abuse from her family. She was homeless and had sought refuge in different places. So this girl was 19 years old, a freshman in college, homeless from a situation that happened where she lived, where she was abused there, and didn't have any family that she could rely on. And she still went out and protested and was vocal about injustices of black people. It's just like, all of that, and this still ended up happening to her. It's very, very, very hard for me to process. So recently, with everything that's been going on, with one hardship after the other, I have felt the need to just completely disconnect from social media. I haven't been on social media as much as I used to. I just don't feel the need. I unfollowed blogs like the Shade Room so I don't have to see all of the things that's going on when I do get on social media. I've just like, I can only take it in small increments, and I know that, you know, my mental health, I can't do anything for anybody, not even myself, if I'm not in a good mental space. So why keep putting myself through constant, you know, constant pain and constant grief? I'm a very sensitive person. If you've been on my channel and watched more than 2 videos, you would know that I cry at a drop of a dime. Like I'm very in tune with my emotions, and I'm very sensitive, and I care a lot. So it was a lot on me to come across her tweet 2 days after she tweeted telling her story about being sexually assaulted that very morning, and just describing everything. And then because I follow, or most of my followers and people I follow on all my social media platforms are FAMU grads, FAMU students, and so on and so forth, it was also brought to my attention that she had gone missing after that tweet. And just seeing people under her tweet kind of questioning what she was saying and questioning how she was tweeting, or just questioning her legitimacy at all, it really, really bothered me, because it happens so much. And the fact that this girl gave every detail to what was going on with her, and people sat down and felt the need to say, to even a doubt to cross your mind as somebody saying something that happened to them, it literally baffled me. But yeah, she seemed just like a person who had endured a lot in life at such a young age, and I just know that feeling. I just feel like it's just gonna keep happening. It's one thing after the other, and you have to be strong, put on a strong face, and keep going. So yeah, it bothered me a lot, but I prayed, and I really hoped and prayed that I had hoped that her story wouldn't end off the way that it did. I had hoped that her friends or family or whoever was out there would find her, and that she would tweet and say something, but she didn't, and it didn't end off how I hoped it would. Her body and the body of another woman were found. Yeah, that's how her story ended. It's just sick. They have a suspect of person who is suspected to have done it. I mean, she described so well the car and the person, and for her to put trust in someone she didn't know, and she thought that he was coming uh, from God. Like, she thought this person was there to help her and save her and protect her, and he took advantage of that and sexually assaulted her. And she went to a library and tweeted about it, and people doubted her and doubted the validity of her story, and then he killed her. And so the men that she was most vocal about protecting and getting justice for, um, ended her life. So I didn't even know. My friend called, messaged me, and she's just asking if I was okay, and I thought she was just checking on me, and I'm like, okay, and it had been sitting in the back of my mind to where when she said that so much is going on in Tallahassee, I said, I don't really know. I haven't been on social media as much as I usually am. I know that there's a girl missing. That's like the only thing that came to my mind. Like, I know things are crazy in the world, but like right here at home, I know there's a girl missing. And in that moment, it just registered to me, and I was just like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And it just hurt to acknowledge that it was true. It just hurt a lot. And and it just felt like a physical response that I couldn't hold in the grief that I was feeling, because I had opened myself up to hope that she would be okay, and just a baby, and she had so much faith and strength. So I couldn't just continue my day as normal, as scheduled, and it broke me down, and it shifted my day to where I just felt like I wouldn't be able to work or do anything or record, because I had videos planned and things planned, and I just felt like I wouldn't be able to do it because, or until I was able to grieve properly. And this is not a time to tell Black women to be strong, hold your head, and keep pushing, and all this other stuff that people like to throw at us when we're in pain and we're grieving. It's just not the time. It's time that you men, Black men, took accountability for not protecting us. It's time that Black women take accountability for projecting the things that we have been kind of what do you call it, like trained to respond to, like how we were trained to respond, to be strong and to, you know, navigate things and not grieve and push on. Like, we all have to accept our share of responsibility in like what we're in right now. It makes no sense that we would doubt the validity of what a black woman says in any situation. It's like I chose to represent a group of men, a fraternity, and love that fraternity, love everything that they stand for. And then I see a girl tweet that she has been sexually assaulted by one of their members. I didn't doubt her. I didn't say, oh, maybe she just drank a little too much. A doubt did not cross my mind. I DM'd her and I made sure she was okay. I DM'd her and asked her for, you know, how I could help her. I reached out to other members and told them to take accountability and responsibility and to help protect her. That's what I did, because that's what we all should be doing. It should not be a doubt in your mind of anything that a black woman says when it comes to her being in harm's way. Like, what, why? I see that the world is acknowledging her life and the loss of her light, and acknowledging that there is no protection for black women. And we do everything. We do everything for our communities to be on a back burner when we are saying our lives matters too. It's like an argument. It's like a gender war. Like, for what? For what? We brought y'all into the world. We created most of what's here. And it's just like, no one cares. This is the type of doubt that leads to black women dying in labor and dying from sexual assault and continuously being assaulted by family members. It's the doubt and denial that lives in this world when it comes to black women. Why? Why do I have to be strong and push on? And I know we've been conditioned to it, but we have to recondition ourselves, because, you know, even me, I know my shortcomings. My closest friend, you know, basically witnessed the murder of her brother. In my first response to her in that moment after seeing her brother die was, be strong. It's okay, be strong. Instead of just allowing her to cry out and feel like she had lost something. And I know we've been conditioned to be that way, but we have to change. Even as women, as black women, we have to change. It shouldn't be doubt first. It shouldn't be a lie until somebody proves that it's true. And that, like, Black Lives Matter, it shouldn't be a lie until there's a video. Why can't you just believe us? Black women, protect yourselves. Be aware. Black men, stand up and speak for us. Like, we stand up and speak for you and fight for you. And grieve. Take the time out to get off your phone, to get off social media, to stop working, to stop completely, to be present to be just here and acknowledge I am in pain, I am grieving, my mental health. Do your own check-ins and make sure that you check in with your friends and your loved ones, and you acknowledge that we are all human beings and we are seeing a shift in everything. Work, school, just life, health. We are seeing a shift in this world, and acknowledge it and be with it and be present and respond to it. Don't bottle it up and put on a perception that, put on this mask that you're okay for anyone. Stop telling Black women to be strong, to push on. Be strong for us. Push us up. Push us on. Go out and fight for us and scream our names how we scream your names. And cry. And cry when you need to cry. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.